woman, I'm entitled to security, I'm entitled to love, I'm entitled to expression, I'm entitled to freedom, and I'm entitled to every other right that a man might have. So just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'm a less of a man or less of a human, or whatever, whichever you may put it. This week we've lost yet another precious life, a promising life, a talent, a sister, a daughter, because someone decided they wanted to end their life. How do you kill someone? Pile them in your car, lock them in a car, and they'll go pack it in the bush. Can't you, at least the least you could do to this person, leave them where they can be found at the very least while they're still fresh, for at least for their family to see them for the last time? But when you leave somebody's body to decompose in a boat, and then you go lock it up and then you pack the car where nobody knows, and by the time your body is found, you have decomposed. Guys, we are living with animals within our midst. I apologize to my viewers. This is a very sensitive topic, and sending my condolences to those of you who've been affected. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Helen. Today my topic is about gender-based violence in Botswana. For years we've been crying. For years we've been burying our sisters, our cousins, our mothers, our aunts, because there are animals out there who have decided to end their lives instantly, with or without their consent. We suffer, we struggle, we get abused in the hands of men, and most of these culprits get away with whatever they do to us as women. We don't have a voice, we feel less represented, and people continue to live their lives as if nothing ever happened to us. This is not a new thing, it's a regular thing, it's a toy, it's a hobby that men have discovered, and they use it, they flaunt it whenever they go, wherever they go, whenever possible. Just beginning of this year, we lost a former colleague I went to college with. She was murdered by her lover as well. So you see, this is a common occurrence. Like, it happens every time, it happens to anyone, and these culprits continue to roam the streets. Every year a woman is killed in the hands of a man. It's either they are killed, they are abused physically, mentally, or sexually. Even toddlers, even children, we don't have a voice. Nobody is there, no one is fighting on our behalf. We experience this from time to time. It's like our life doesn't matter anymore, and people tend to, like, I don't even understand how a person who kills someone go to court, and they are given bail, and they are given a second chance, and they are to be heard. Like, what exactly is there to hear? Like, what exactly are we listening to? Are we listening to their excuses now? Is that what we're doing? It doesn't matter. As a man, as a human being, when you take another life, it should automatically be replaced by a life. You take a life, you lose a life. It's as simple as that. Because at this point, we are tired. We live with these monsters. They roam the street. You can have someone break into your house and they kill you in your own home. We are not secure anymore. Wherever we go, there is always something happening. My family suffered as well. Like, growing up, my mom's sister was murdered by a man, and then he went to jail for a couple of years. Eventually he came back. This man is still roaming the streets as we live. We live with these animals that are always there. Your sister is gone. For me, my aunt is gone. Your mother is gone. Your daughter is gone. She's not coming back. And these animals are so brutal to an extent where they even go to an extent of raping young children. Like, you can have a grown-ass man rape a 2-month-old, a 6-day-old, Who does that? What is wrong with you people? Huh? What is wrong with you people? Leave us alone. We deserve to live. We deserve to express ourselves. I deserve to dress the way I want to, and not being fearful that a man's gonna rape me because of the way I'm dressed. I deserve at any point in time when I feel like our relationship is not working for me to walk away from it and still have my life. I deserve to give birth to a girl child who grow up until the God who made them decide to take their life away, without it having to be cut short by an animal who thought they are better, who thought they knew best, who thought they could, because they can, because physically wise he is more muscular than me, decide otherwise for us. We are tired of having men decide or determine our lives, cutting our dreams short. We are tired of raising orphans because a man decided to do something with a woman's life. We are tired. It's high time the government decide once and for all that when a man kills a woman, we don't negotiate. If you take a life, your life should be taken. We're not negotiating on these terms. If you rape, you are castrated. We're not supposed to negotiate with this culprit. We're not supposed to be negotiating with this animal. We're not supposed to be listening to this animal. How do you have someone kill someone and then you listen to them like you wouldn't listen to their side of the story? What could possibly justify their actions? What can possibly justify the action? You took a life. What can possibly justify that? We have to have a government that's standing for us, that's fighting for us. Whether you are a man, whether you are a farmer, whether you are a leader, it doesn't matter which family you come from. As long as you take a life, you should replace that life with your life. It's that simple. When you rape a woman, you should be castrated. We don't negotiate. There's nothing to negotiate there. My family was once affected by this mentality. We lost my mom's older sister was stabbed to death by a man, and then years later this man is roaming the street. We are continuing to live with this animal. My aunt is no more. Her children suffered because she's a single parent, so the children continue to suffer. Why? Because can you imagine the kind of trauma that children grow up with when your parent is taken out? Can you imagine the trauma that you go through? And these animals are being locked up in jails and they are fed. These animals roam the street after years, and our loved ones are gone and they're never coming back. This man is still roaming the street. My aunt is gone. We need to fight for women's rights in this country. We need to stand up for women's rights in this country. We need to make sure that this culprit get the sentences they deserve. You take a life, you replace a life. So when you kill someone, you die. We don't negotiate with you. When you rape a person, we castrate you. We don't negotiate. I can't think of any excuse that a person can give and say, I raped because, there is nothing that can justify your actions. That's the worst thing possible. What are we listening to? Their excuses now? We need to do better. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how rich that family is. It doesn't matter where they come from. They end our dreams. They end our... We deserve better. We deserve better. Somebody has to stand up for our rights. Somebody has to stand up. Women's rights needs to be heard. We need protection. We need security. And if you are a man, you know that you are supposed to be my protector, and then you do this to me. Where do I run to? Who do we turn to? Our government has to make this, guys, seriously. This is upsetting. It's really upsetting. We have a very beautiful country, but people are going to stop. Eventually, point, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Imagine this happened to someone that you know. Imagine this happened to your sister, to your brother. No. Yes, to your brother. Imagine this happened to someone you know. How would you feel? Would you give them a chance to explain themselves? How do you give someone who take a life a chance to explain themselves? Who's fighting? Who is explaining on behalf of the person who died? How do you give someone like that a chance to explain themselves? We need to do better. And you bail these animals out. As a mother, you go pay for your son. You pay for their bailout as a mother, knowingly that another mother lost their child, and you go and bail yours out. Guys, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously, what is wrong with people who live with this animal? What is wrong with people who support this animal? What is wrong with you? You go as a mother to court and cry, and everybody just there listening to you, to your nonsense. You're giving an excuse to your animal. You're giving an excuse for raising an animal. What is wrong with you people? Had the tables turned, would you sit there and listen to whatever the other person has to say? Why do you want anyone to listen to your excuses? Why do you want another parent to listen to your excuse when your child has done something to their children? We need to do better, Bajana. We are better than this. We are not raising animals. Stop supporting your animals when they take lives. A human being is not supposed to take another human being's life. Obviously, that's an animal. Why are you harboring animals? You need to do better. We need to be heard. We need to be protected. We need to be secure. We need to express ourselves without the fear. We need to be heard. We need to be heard. This nonsense has to end. And the government has to be really strict about the rules. You kill a life, you replace it with a life. You rape a person, you get castrated. It doesn't matter what your excuses are. We're tired of hearing excuses. Actions need to be done. People need to take actions. People need to suffer for their consequences. And if you kill a person, then you go to jail for 5 years, and then you come back after that 5 years, and then you continue to live your life, the other person died. What do we get out of this? You need to do better. You need to do better. We are better than this. I'm so sorry to the families that has lost in the hands of these monsters. I'm so sorry. I hope God consoles you. I can't say anything that can ever console you, but I wish you find it in your heart to celebrate the life that you shared with your loved ones. And I pray to God that your hearts are comforted and you find peace. May God be with you. Thank you very much for listening. And please share with other people. This message needs to spread. If I